Good evening or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Tonight's Spirit Files will take place in the land of the rising sun, also known as Nihon or Japan, a land rich with history and culture, but also plagued with a history of warmongering and death. Tonight on the Spirit Files, we'll be looking at the infamous Yurei, a unicorn-class spirit, a classification of spirits that are incapable of reproduction or a hive mind replication. The full extent of the Yurei's power is unknown and cannot be placed into a higher-rated class such as Nephilim or Behemoth class, which these classes consisting of spirits that are capable of self-replicating or are spirits that are extremely powerful, causing a mass amount of death and human suffering. A future video will explain how the Spirit Detective Bureau classifies and rates spirits. My name is the Spirit Detective, and welcome to the Spirit Files. In Shintoism, it is believed that each individual has a piece of God, or kami, inside of them, similar to the Holy Spirit which lives in each and every one of us after baptism. They believe when death comes to collect from the living, kami inside of the individual is released to the other world. Unlike Protestants' belief, the other world is not heaven, and the deceased must fulfill tasks and trials to make it to the other world, while being supported by their living ancestors on the other side. However, in some gruesome cases, the fallen do not embark on the quest to the other world, but their spirits are trapped in between life and death. However, it is unconfirmed if this is actually their soul that is trapped or their kami, the spirit. But nonetheless, the Yurei is often more than not regarded as a malevolent spirit, being called the Onryu. It is believed in Shinto beliefs that when a person is filled with anger and hatred directed at a certain person or establishment passes away, they become an Onryu. The spirit or the kami is able to split away from the deceased individual and wreak havoc upon the world of the living until their vendetta is satisfied, stalking its victims, scaring them until they finally take their life. It is also said that these Yurei subclasses also have a unique ability of cursing targets with whispers, telling them unsettling thoughts or suggestions that more often than not lead to the person's demise. Yurei is often documented to be dressed in all white, having its face covered by either a hair or a white veil, making a spirit difficult to identify, allowing the Yurei to cause damage while being anonymous. In some cases, the Yurei is wearing armor or other fabric depending on how they looked when they passed away. However, the Yurei is not all-powerful, thus being placed into the unicorn class, and is subject to limitations, such as only being able to stalk one target at once or being bound to one location, meaning that the Yurei is not omnipresent and is bound to a three-dimensional time-space. It is believed that the only way to satisfy their lust for revenge is via exorcism, by finding their body and passing its message on to their loved ones, or slaying their slayer. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like and subscribe button below for more tales from the spirit world. In the meantime, I will see you in the next video.